You meet someone at a party. They smile, they introduce themselves, you hear the name, you even repeat it back. And then, 30 seconds later, it's completely gone. Not fuzzy. Gone. Like your brain decided it simply wasn't worth keeping. And the strange part? You remember the conversation. You remember what they were wearing. You remember laughing at something they said. But the name? It was never really there. This doesn't happen because you're bad with names. It happens because of how your brain decided to file that information. And once you understand the mechanism, it changes everything. In the next few minutes, we're going to understand exactly why names vanish and why it's not a memory problem at all. It's something much more interesting. Think about the last time you learned something new and actually kept it. Maybe a friend's nickname, a band you heard about, a word in another language. Those things stuck because your brain had somewhere to hang them. A hook, a connection, a reason to care. Names don't come with hooks. If someone tells you they're a chef, your brain immediately links that to kitchens, smells, food, personality, a whole web of meaning. But if someone tells you their name is Daniel, there's nothing there. Daniel doesn't mean anything about Daniel. It's an arbitrary label attached to a stranger, and your brain, which is ruthlessly efficient, treats it as low priority. Imagine if someone handed you a sticky note with a random number on it. No context, no explanation. You'd hold it for a moment, then you'd put it down and walk away. That's essentially what happens every time you hear a name for the first time. But here's where it gets genuinely fascinating. When you hear a name, it enters what researchers call working memory, a kind of mental scratch pad with very limited space and a very short timer. Working memory isn't built for storage, it's built for right now. And a name with no emotional weight and no semantic meaning gets bumped almost immediately. For something to move into long-term memory, the hippocampus, your brain's memory consolidation engine, needs a reason to flag it as important. It listens for emotional significance, repetition, or meaningful association. A name heard once in a noisy room while you're also processing a face, a handshake, and what to say next, it doesn't make the cut. There's even a name for this in psychology, the next in line effect. Studies show that when we're focused on preparing what we're about to say, we stop encoding what we're currently hearing. So the exact moment someone says their name, the moment you're nodding and preparing your own introduction, your attention is literally elsewhere. Here's the shift. You don't forget names because you have a bad memory. You forget them because you were never fully present at the moment they arrived. The brain isn't broken. It's prioritizing. It held the feeling of the conversation. It kept the context. It remembered everything it found meaningful. The name just didn't make that list. Yet. And that yet matters, because the same brain that discards names in seconds can lock them in permanently with one deliberate move. Create a hook. Repeat the name once. Use it in a sentence. Connect it to something you already know. Give the hippocampus a reason to care. Think about the people whose names you've never forgotten. There was always something. A story, a moment, a feeling. You didn't remember their name. You remembered them. And the name came along for the ride. That's the real mechanism. Memory follows meaning. Not repetition, not effort. Meaning. And the beautiful irony is that the people who are great with names aren't remembering names at all. They're just better at finding something worth remembering about the person attached to it. If this gave you one of those quiet, "Oh, that explains so much" moments, that's exactly the kind of thing we explore on this channel. Hit subscribe if you want more of it. And next time someone introduces themselves, try this. Pause for just 1 second after they say their name. Just 1 second. You might be surprised what sticks.